When a Jew is turned off by Judaism, how do we understand that? And we talk about it so casually. But what does this mean? I mean, it's like saying if a mother hates her child. Wait a minute, before we get any further into that conversation, how does a mother hate her child? Or, we have this, if you're really upset with your mother, if you really hate your father, how does this happen?
Nothing in common.
What does that mean?
You're
Okay, nothing in common with your own mother.
You're totally not in touch with the Jewish identity.
Something from reality.
Okay, all right. If a Jew is turned off to Judaism, what you're describing basically is gears that aren't meshing. See, the gears are meant for each other, right? They're supposed to fit. They do fit. But somehow, they're not falling into place, right? A Jew and Judaism, they're built for each other. They always fit. So when you say a Jew turned off by his Judaism, we usually assume that we need to introduce Judaism to this person, maybe more intensely, maybe more convincingly, maybe more powerfully. We got to really convince him that that's not what's wrong. What's wrong is it's not meshing. Judaism is fine and he's fine, but they're not coming together. Chances are that it's nothing about Judaism, it's something about himself. If he felt Jewish, if he saw himself in his own mind's eye, if he saw himself as a Jew, then Jewish things would fit. And there's a little thing, I'm not sure that the story is 100% true. You can't really track these stories down. But the story was going around years ago that the Rebbe was driving or riding in the car with the rabbi who drives him, and they came to a red light. And there was a car pulled up next to them. And the guy in the car next to the Rebbe's window made a comment about something about guys with beards. Back in those days, there was a cough drop, Smith Brothers cough drops. And on the box, there were these two guys with beards, the Smith Brothers. Right? So when people saw Jews with beards, they would say Smith Brothers. So this guy randomly says, "Hey, they're the Smith Brothers." So the Rebbe rolled his window down, and he said to him, "If you had put on tefillin this morning, you wouldn't be so uncomfortable with Jews who have beards." In other words, it's not the beard that bothers you, it's your identity that you're soft on. If you had put on tefillin this morning, in other words, if you identified as a Jew, then you wouldn't be uncomfortable with other Jews. So the problem is that you're alienated. You don't feel part of anymore. That's why. So if we say a Jew who's turned off to Judaism, is he turned off to Judaism or is he turned off to his own Jewishness? He doesn't want to see himself as a Jew or doesn't experience himself as a Jew. That's the problem. Once a Jew starts feeling Jewish, there's no problem with Judaism. You never hear a Jew say, "Oh, I'm feeling really Jewish today. I think I'll work on Shabbos." It doesn't happen. If you feel Jewish, then you don't work on Shabbos. The same is true with parents and children. What does it mean a mother hates her children? There's something about the child? It's not about the child. She doesn't see herself as the mother. So of course she's going to hate the child. I would too. If it's not my child, what do I have to suffer for it? If it's not my Judaism, then who needs all this stuff? So if I'm not the Jew who God is speaking to, if I'm not the children of Israel, so don't bother me with it. Leave me out of it. If it's your thing, then you do it. Once I discover that it's my thing, you don't have to convince me to do it. If it's mine, I'll do it. So it's my identity that needs to be... So How do you get, a kid is turned off to Judaism. So what do? You find a way to make him feel Jewish. In what area does he already feel Jewish? Start with that. Pick up on where is his Jewishness alive? What aspect of his Jewish identity is functional? Or like God says to the neshama, what do you have? Give me anything. Start with anything. You're Jewish. You know you're Jewish. Your mother was Jewish. When you hear somebody put Jews down, does it bother you? Aha, so you are Jewish. Start with something. Start the Jewishness flowing in him. The mitzvahs will come.